Hello and welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
Right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm your host, Brian, joined by my other host,
Karen.
and we're going to do an encore episode. So basically a bonus episode, but it's live music and metal music and live music, so...
Encore.
Encore, right. Best way to stay on theme, I guess, for the same thing.
Extra songs, extra podcasts.
Right, yeah. So this is the first one we're going to do of that. We talked about it. We might do this from time to time and just drop them whenever or release them whenever.
Like if we have a thought or if we have a conversation or something that's not necessarily like a concert or, you know, that it doesn't fit into a 666, but it doesn't.
It's too short possibly for a full episode.
Yeah,
Or just maybe it is a full episode. Basically, extra content will be released whenever.
Yeah.
Under this.
No schedule.
Yes. And so for the very first one, we're going to talk about the Feed the Beasts fundraiser. Feed the Beasts fundraiser.
Yes.
At Soundgrowler, hosted at Soundgrowler. This was on February 18th, 2023.
Yes.
You actually found this.
I did.
How did you go about finding this?
So I think it was an ad on Instagram. But I think the thing that I found was that they were doing metal yoga a couple Mondays ago or a couple weekends ago, I think. So I was like, and we started going to Doom yoga. And I was like, oh, metal yoga, that sounds cool. Where's this at? And I looked it up and it was Soundgrowler, which is in Tinley Park, Illinois.
Real quick to touch on that Doom yoga thing you were talking about.
Yeah.
You mentioned we did start that not too long ago. Actually, about a year ago, on and off, we went a lot early last winter.
Yeah.
And then sort of took the whole summer and fall off.
Yeah,
and
we get busy.
First one a few weeks ago. That's at Metropolitan Brewery here in Chicago. Yeah. It's Doom yoga, so a similar concept where they're going to have a instructor-led yoga class with Doom music, or I guess in this instance, metal music as the background music. Yeah,
it would be interesting to go to one out here at Soundgrowler sometime.
Yeah, I think so. I found out about the Metropolitan Brewing from a friend of mine who was out there and saw like an ad for it and sent it to me. Yeah. And he's like, "This seems right up your alley." And I was like, "Fuck it, let's try it. Let's check this out." And at the time, I think it was $15. Now it's like $20, but it's $20 for a yoga class, and you get a free pint of beer afterwards.
Yep.
And I think you get like discounts on any other beers you buy, possibly.
Oh,
I don't know. But I had never done a yoga class. Was super stoked. Like, hey, I'll check it out. Let's figure this out. Kicked my ass. Like, I wasn't expecting yoga to be as hard as it was, but it was a blast just to zone out. They're, like you said, they're doing metal music here at Soundgrowler. It's a metal themed bar too.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
And you brought it up that it was a metal themed bar, and I was always like, why have we not been there if it's a metal themed bar? Because I think we went to like Microphone or something.
We've been to Microphone because we were up there for a wedding.
Yeah.
And then we went to Phase 3 also in Chicago, which is way the fuck out there.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, we did. That's where we picked up that barrel-aged beer. We went and sat at the restaurant and the owner
That's when we
there.
almost booked tickets to go to like Download Fest or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. We sometimes don't make good decisions.
While drinking, no. But no, I've known about Soundgrowler for a while.
Yeah.
They have a membership program. I think last I looked it was $100 or a little more.
No, it's more. It's like $150 now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
okay.
I looked it up. Yeah.
And
that could be wrong too, but
lets you join their membership. A lot of breweries are doing membership programs. But it is out in Tinley Park. It's kind of hard to get to. At least for us, it's not necessarily convenient. I'm not driving out there, then drinking, then driving back, and I don't drive to begin with, so I need you to drive me out there.
Yeah.
I could take the Metro, but then I need an Uber from the Metro to the brewery. So that's a little disappointing. It was a blast. I loved being there. The setup was awesome. The beer was great. The vibe at the place was awesome.
Yeah, I wish it was closer. It wasn't too hard to get there, but also it was a Saturday afternoon, so there wasn't like a whole bunch of traffic.
Yep.
We could probably go more often. It took us like 45 minutes to get. Well, we went to Costco too, so
which plays into the whole event.
Yeah. But like the drive probably here would be like 35 minutes for us to 45. I mean, depending on traffic.
One way and then
back.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is definitely a not just a jump on the train and go sort of thing.
Yep.
It's like a whole planning thing. But if they do more events, I would love to go out there if we're free.
Yeah, and looking at their Facebook page at upcoming events, they have a few shows listed on Saturdays coming up. So I mean, it would be, I mean, spoiler alert, this was a fucking blast. I loved this event and like everything that was going on. The cause, the bands, the vibe, everything about this, I fucking loved.
Yeah, the for me, I mean, I'm not a drinker, so and I don't drink beer. So, but like the cause and or like the fundraiser part and just seeing live music was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would say a fucking blast, but
I had so much fun.
I don't know. It was fine.
I mean, like you said, we just need to make a day trip, go to Costco or something.
Yeah.
And
the Costco's not that bad from here.
No.
So I mean, we generally go to Schaumburg Costco because Kuma's is right there. But this might be a next second.
We might just have to come here instead.
Yeah.
But I mean, so I've known of Soundgrowler. I think they've been in a few beer fests we went to. They were definitely at Decibel in Denver.
Yes.
And I think they go around with Decibel everywhere. So did Philly happen already for Decibel, or is that like in April?
I thought it was May.
But I think they're going there with them also. So like Decibel does their beer and metal festival. These guys are one of the breweries that are there. They even had like a collab with one of the bands in Denver.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember who.
That's cool.
But yeah, their beer was a blast. This place I love. This brewery is now one of my favorites.
Yeah,
sure.
I like I like anything that when you're sitting there and just talking or listen, you know, like they have metal music playing. And that's why I think I like Kuma's the most because generally when we go to restaurants, it's like poppy music. Sometimes you get like today it was old school rock.
You get some classic metal,
classic
rock,
and classic rock. So I mean, sometimes you get stuff like that, but generally it's like poppy music, and I'm just sitting there like, I don't care for this. I don't care for this, Or once in a while you get country.
Yeah, every once in a while. But so you found this event. So they were doing yoga classes.
Yeah.
And what was the name of the event? We said this already, right?
Feed the Beasts.
Feed the Beasts, right?
It's, Feed the Beasts.
It's a cat sanctuary.
Yes. Yep. I think for feral cats.
So
they might do other. I mean, they might just do just a cat sanctuary, but I think it started with feral cats.
I think you told me that, and I was like, so it's a metal concert where, and this is what you told me at the time, so I don't know if you read the article wrong, because we were both under the impression of you show up, you make some donations to this cat sanctuary, and that gets you a ticket into the concert.
That's how I read it. Yeah, it was that it wasn't like it wasn't like a ticketed event, but your ticket was donation.
Yep.
So, which led us to going to Costco because we purchased stuff to take as a donation.
We got like litter, food, and they needed plates.
Yeah.
Your
like they need
assumption
like
is
paper products. Yeah.
Your assumption is that they use the plate as the bowl for the cats.
To
you
feed
just
them.
pick it up and throw it away.
Yeah. So so that's what we chose to donate. They have a whole bunch of stuff on like an Amazon wish list and like stuff like that, which we'll link.
Yeah, we'll
to the
try to
video.
throw it in the description here to link.
Yeah.
And
we haven't done that before, but
yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah, I'm sure we can do it. Other people do it. We can do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what that's what I thought it was that there wasn't a ticket. It wasn't like $15 for the show or something like that. I thought that the whole entry fee was a donation. So we took 3 items. I mean, I'm sure one item would have been fine, but we took 3 items for the two of us.
It sounded like you didn't need anything, but we
didn't know that. We didn't know that until the night of. I read it again, and it did say like, and if you can't donate, it doesn't matter. Come support us, and because I think some of the beer. Some proceeds go towards it and stuff. I just heard that rumblings of the night as well. I don't think I saw that on the advertisement, but so yeah, definitely we didn't have to bring something, but we did, or we chose to.
I mean, we also showed up and they had just a table full of raffle items.
Yes,
so you buy raffle tickets. I think it was 5 for $20 or something along those lines. Different little gift packages. You said there was one with like vinyl.
Yeah, so they had a couple
CDs.
They had a couple vinyls, a couple CDs. there was 2 baskets that had vinyls, and then I think both those had some CDs. I didn't know the bands, but I was like, it'd be interesting to do it. And then you said that you saw Helvetia tickets to the Forge?
I think that's what I saw. There was definitely like a stack of tickets. So I thought it said Helvetia. I didn't look super, super closely. But awesome if like the Forge is just like, yeah, fine, fuck it. Here's some tickets, or if they got cheaper tickets to throw out there.
And then I think there was some local artists that donated some stuff for some baskets. So.
And we ended up buying a print. I think one of the main artists for Soundgrowler, because he had a bunch of his art, or they had a bunch of their art up on the wall for sale also, did a special print for this event. Yeah. As we ended up getting one of those too.
Yeah. We'll probably frame it and do it like as a poster.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah. But yeah, you told me it was this metal concert to help raise money for. I thought it was like a cat shelter, not a sanctuary.
That's what I thought it was too.
And I don't really know what the difference is, to be honest, between the two.
Well, I think I shouldn't even talk. Like, I know but I think sanctuary is like obviously no kill. They take care of the cats.
Yep.
I don't know if they're adoptable.
So I was talking to one of the women there who was working, and she was like, "Yeah, we adopt the cats out. We try we try to find homes with them, make sure they can acclimate to each other and to people."
Because I know that there's a lot of feral. I mean, they have like 250 feral cats
right,
there.
Like 200. I think she's like 200 to 300. Like that's a fuck ton of cats.
Yeah, we have 2, and it's a lot.
Yeah, to deal with. Like, no, that's hard.
So the whole paper plate feeding thing makes sense because think about washing all those bowls. No. Oh my gosh, like we wash for 3 meals a day, and it's a lot.
But I mean, you told me all this. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go support this. The other thing that went through my head though was. Death Clock's Home for Wayward Kitties and that episode of Metalocalypse, and I ended up like you told me that night, and I went back and rewatched that episode. Yeah, I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is 100% what this is, and I don't know that like so the cause in itself was enough to like, all right, let's go out to Tinley Park, and we've talked about this. We don't like going out to Tinley Park.
No.
Well, and so.
We don't like going to the Hollywood Amphitheater at Tinley Park.
That's what I was going to ask you is after this event.
Yeah.
Is it we don't like seeing shows at the amphitheater, but Tinley Park's fine?
So
I think that's where my mind is anyway. I want to get your thoughts.
I mean, we haven't been to like Tinley Park and done like the downtown scene or anything like that. But getting to Soundgrowler, well, Costco and Soundgrowler, but I think Costco is in a different suburb. But going to Soundgrowler was super easy, and we found out that the amphitheater is pretty close to Soundgrowler.
It is, and I think
at least on the map.
And we've talked about this again. Like, if we ever go out there for a show at the amphitheater, which fucking sucks, so it's not going to be something we're going to be trying to do often, if ever. But when we do that, let's try to go early enough and go over and hang out at Soundgrowler first for a little while, get a few drinks, and then maybe and then like I think at the end of the night, our bill, we both like looked at the bill and were like, how the fuck is this so cheap?
Because we had dinner. Oh, well, I'm saying dinner. We bought a burrito and quesadilla because they have a taco, not a taco stand, but like they sell tacos. Like that's their food, is they sell tacos, and then the beer, and then you even brought a 4-pack home.
Yeah.
And I was like, did they put everything on? Because we were both going up there, like and saying like, put this on your tab or whatever, and I was just like, did they get all that? Did they get everything?
The only thing I think of is beers are typically cheaper at the places that make the beer.
Yeah, because they don't have to do the whole like.
You're not going
buying
to
and selling
like a restaurant and buying a $12 beer, for instance.
Yeah.
So that kind of went into the mindset of fuck. I just spent $100 on beer.
That's what I thought because you kept drinking, or not you kept drinking, but you kept buying beer, and like at a normal concert venue, like if you're buying 6 beers, you're also paying $150.
Also that.
So.
Right, that's why if we're going to Tinley Park, let's go get a couple beers, drink real quick, and spend the price of one beer at the venue.
Yeah.
So it's like,
and then maybe get one drink at the venue just to like have, but
or take a cooler and get a 6-pack and like hang out and tailgate or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't get anything. I don't know, but
but
I want to try that out next time.
I liked this brewery, and I'm not, like I said, like I don't drink beer, so I don't partake in breweries in that way, but I do enjoy just sitting there and enjoying the atmosphere. So having metal music in the background while you're sitting there makes it more enjoyable for me, because then it's not like you're just sitting there and listening to pop music, or it kind of helps with that atmosphere.
So yeah, I mean, great beer, great bar, great cause, and to top this off, fuck it, let's throw on a concert on top of this to get people in the door, hopefully. And yeah, let's dive into it. The first band we saw was the Hellcatz.
The Hellcatz, yep.
I really, really liked these
Did
guys.
you like them? Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The one complaint I have is I felt, and this is basically all night, I think, the vocals seemed a little off to me.
Yeah. So.
Go ahead.
No. You say what you were going to say.
I was just going to say, the bass was good, the drum was good, the guitars were good. Everything played well together, but the vocals just were a little off, in my opinion.
Yeah. The thing that I thought, especially when the Hellcatz went on, is so the stage, they have a stage in the main brewery. It seems like a very small corner stage, like where somebody can be playing, like definitely not a 4-piece band up there. But and then this was in like a back room. This seemed like an event room.
So yeah, though I guess we didn't talk about the bar setup that much. It was just a rectangular room, like you were saying, with that little stage in that main bar area. Behind that were a couple of restrooms, and then that's like the main beer house, the brew house, where you had fermenters and stuff going. And it was basically a thing of a rectangle cut in half, and your bar is on one half, and then they had like a fill-over room almost. In the other half.
Yeah, and that's where this was. And so it's not like a music venue where it has like sound panels or anything like that. So when the first band went on, I had the same thought where I'm like, this might not be the best place to have live music where it's just not echoing, but like there's no acoustic the foam or anything to like stop it. So.
Yeah, the brewery itself is, and you brought this up as we were driving out there, is in an industrial area of Tinley Park.
Well, that's what it looks like. Yeah,
It's
there's a
especially
couple
at night.
Yeah.
And
there's not like houses or anything out there.
Yeah, and we've been to a few breweries. That's where a lot of breweries are. Is they're in these sort of industrial areas. I think Microphone was one of them you brought up. Is sort of out in that same sort of aesthetic-y type place of like warehouses and shit. And that's really what this was. It's cement floor, brick walls, corrugated steel ceiling.
Yep.
With no padding, no nothing up there. So yes, not the most acoustically well-designed place, but then again, it's not designed for acoustics necessarily.
It's not, I mean, it's not designed for that. And then also, just the speakers were, I think I even brought up the thing of like high school dance. Like
when we were first in there, you were
Yeah, well, that whole thing, the whole high school dance thing was just like, when they first opened the curtains, like everybody was still at the tables drinking their beer and they didn't really come back. So it was just like you and me and then like maybe like 4 other couples and we're just like standing around waiting for the music to start. And I'm like, I feel like we're at a high school dance right now. But no, even the speakers were kind of like high school dance speakers where they weren't like coming from the ceiling or anything. They're just on tripods. Well, not tripods, but on stands.
Just the single pull up, single speakers like on either side and whatnot.
But I mean, it sounded fine. It was just that little bit of like acoustic, especially with the vocals and stuff. Yeah,
like I said, the only thing that really was sort of off for me was definitely the vocals. And like I said, it wasn't just a one thing. It was sort of all night. I don't blame anybody necessarily. That's wrong. I don't blame anyone. I think it's more of the setup of that particular space.
Yeah, because I mean, the whole sound came together very well, which I was surprised for as well. I think you said that it's not like the bass, the guitar, and the drums all come together. Because I mean, especially in a space like that, like you could have the drums that are just like booming and like overpowering and everything, and it wasn't. Or you could have the guitar overpowering or something, and it really wasn't. It all came together well. But I agree with you, like with the vocals, like you couldn't really hear. Not that you couldn't hear.
I think it got better at the very last band because it was sort of a deeper. They were more doom metal, so it was more like just. I don't want to say drolling on, but it's like that doom metal sound, where it's not. I don't want to say
death rock.
Whatever. I mean, yes.
Yeah. No, I know what you're meaning.
But where it's a different singing style, where like that style of your singing can definitely impact also.
Yeah, because the higher pitch singing, which Hellcatz and then the second band had, was more the echoey sound. is what I'm trying to, not echoey. It wasn't even echoey. I don't even know how to, not acoustically sound. Like,
Yep.
It wasn't good.
But other than that, like this first band, their energy was great. The lead was this little tiny woman with this like mop of a head, like hair.
That's very rude to say. I just have to
Isn't
say.
it? Or
like a mop of hair?
I don't know. I'm just going. I've always hear like James Hetfield talk about Cliff and being like, we just get up there and there's this red mop just throwing all over the place.
Okay.
And that's how I was trying to go with it, not like in a degrading way or anything.
Oh, because like when I was growing up, like if I didn't brush my hair or something, my mom would say like, go brush the mop on your head.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that term.
So.
Oh, I did not mean it in that
I was
way
like,
at all.
that's very rude.
No, like I thought it was really cool because like her hair would just like throw over her face and you wouldn't see anything, and it was just like this sound coming out of like this. I don't know. It was awesome.
Okay.
Like, I thought it was.
I guess we both have different thoughts of mop on your head, but.
And I may have said that completely wrong. I didn't mean it in a bad way whatsoever.
Well, I'm glad we clarified that. I'm glad we clarified that. I have traumatizing of mop on your head.
No, and if that's, I'm sorry, I need to work on that then. All right.
We probably always say something that's wrong.
Yeah,
to somebody.
Know. But she also came out and like played the fucking keyboards, and like when it first happened, like I kind of expected doom metal all night long.
Oh, really?
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then they come out and you start having these, I'm thinking of like old horror movie kind of sounds of like the keyboard, like I don't know, I can't do it with my mouth, but
yeah, like
it was kind of weird, and like, and then the music started and it's like, this isn't really doomy at all. It's very kind of progressive metal to me. I really enjoyed their set a lot. They also had a projector pointed up on the wall with their logo, and the bass player would like just be bouncing around, and you'd see his head and bass up there, like the silhouette. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I did enjoy the silhouette. Just with how the projector was there or whatever. I thought that was a really cool image that was played. I enjoyed their music. I don't think it's something that I would necessarily like seek out. They did say that they're recording in a couple weeks.
They had a new song they were recording.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. It's just I don't know. Like maybe I just need to listen to it again. But I don't think it would be something I would be like Googling like to listen to.
I didn't take that. Yeah, I didn't think it'd be something you'd be into.
Yeah.
Like I said, it seemed more progressive to me, and I was like, oh, this is something I'm really into.
I'm not into like the progressive metal music, so.
And then there's one point in the night, the lead also, she broke out a tambourine and started just beating the shit out of that, and that was awesome. Yeah.
So she kept bending down, and like every time she came up, I was like, what's she gonna bring? What's she gonna like? But I think she had like a dial or something that she was.
Well, she also would take the mic out because it was over the.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. So she could move around and stuff. They needed a bigger stage. If they had a bigger stage, the bass in her would be like all over the place.
They were all just bouncing around.
Yeah, because I mean it was pretty small in the corner, but like they needed more space.
I will mention also the guitar. I believe this was them. Kicked off his amp. His amp, like, and his guitar just fell out.
Yeah.
And nobody missed a beat.
Nope.
Like he just bent down, picked it up, plugged it back in.
And they were all
still playing.
Yeah.
And then he had like a solo like 10 seconds later. Yeah. And it's like, all right, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
could you do that?
No, fuck no. I would like, hold on, we're stopping and doing this over. And I've been to some performances where they do that, where it's like,
and then they start over.
We didn't do this right. We're gonna start over.
Yeah.
But they're just like, fuck it, we're going with the flow.
Yeah.
And I thought that was awesome. Like, to me, that's like so much maturity to some extent. Like, fuck it, all right, let's
you're
go.
immature?
Yeah, for sure. But also, like, some people are just perfectionists. So it's like, But I thought that was great. I thought that was awesome. Their energy was fucking amazing. I had a lot of fun watching them.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed watching them too. And there was one part where she was like trying to get the crowd to chant "Feed the beast, feed the beast."
Oh yeah.
And like I said it, but nobody around me said it. So then I was like, I'm not gonna say it twice. Yeah. But like she's like, okay, whatever. I like went into their next song. But
well, so I also noticed there weren't necessarily a whole lot of people.
Not yet. Yeah.
And so I ended up leaving just before their set ended because I didn't know. I thought we had plenty of time.
Yeah, we didn't know how long they were going to play for.
So I was like, I'm going to go grab a beer real quick, another beer. And I'll use this opportunity to see what it sounds like on the other side of the wall. Yeah. To see if that like extra wall helps with balancing the acoustics out, right?
Yeah.
When on the other side of the wall, a lot more people still just hanging out in the bar and doing their own chatter, so I couldn't honestly hear the music that well.
Yeah.
Which was a little disappointing, but I did kind of notice that through the night. It seemed like a lot of people were there to see their friends or their band.
Yeah.
And they would come in, see their band, and then go out and hang out with a larger group at a table, and then maybe drift in and out throughout the night.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's cool. People do their own thing, do your own thing. If that's how you enjoy to listen to music and live music is just sort of in the background. That's cool too.
Yeah.
We do that from time to time.
I like it both ways. Yeah. Yeah.
But I couldn't really hear it when I went out there. And then when I got my beer and came back in, they were already tearing their set down.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it.
Yeah, like you left like during the last song, I think, and then it was like, oh, they're.
And I think I did that for the second band too.
Oh,
like,
really?
I ended up getting a beer or going to the bathroom or something, and then coming back and it was like they're tearing down. I was like, fuck.
Oh, I don't remember you doing that during the second one, but.
But I mean, first band, the Hellcatz, awesome, loved them.
Yeah.
Which also then takes us to the second band, Blackcat Manor. And maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was the reverse. Maybe I came in late because I was going to the restroom or getting a beer.
Maybe.
I can't remember. Yeah. But so Hellcatz, 4-piece. You have your drummer, your bass, guitar, and then your lead, who also did tambourines, wooden block, and keyboard.
Yeah.
Blackcat Manor. Yeah. Very fitting for this event, trying to raise money for the kiddies.
Yep.
Was 2 guitars, a drum, a bass, and the singer. So 5-piece band.
Yeah, on that small stage.
And it was crowded up there, yeah.
Yeah.
But they made the best of it. It had so much fucking energy. Everybody bouncing around again. The lead guitar, who also did the vocals, I believe, or he was just interacting with the crowd a lot. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't
remember if he had singing parts or backup or whatnot.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But he was bouncing around so much. The stage is like this. It's put together, just these little blocks that like Tetra blocks that fit in. And as he's like bouncing around, he's moving them all over. So you have the sound guys coming over and like kicking him back into place.
Yeah.
And he even came up one night. He's like, "Hey, sorry, I can't remember what he said, but like, sorry for fucking up the stage or something like that."
Yeah. I think he actually said like, "I have a fat leg, so it boosts the stage."
Oh yeah.
But I think it wasn't because he was just like moving around. So like, if he was standing on 2 halves of the board and then like you move, I can see like that it was moving. I did notice with the third band that they put like a gearbox down there.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, like so one of their, well, I don't know if it was their gearbox or what, but like against it. So I think that maybe kept it
from moving so much.
From moving, yeah.
But yeah, like I said, a lot of people on the stage, a lot of fun. They were having a blast.
Yeah, yeah. I enjoyed the singer on this one. Not necessarily like the singing parts, but like just his interaction with the crowd. Yeah. I thought he was funny. And very, I mean, at an event like this where like people aren't coming necessarily to see you, they're coming for like a fundraiser or something. I think it's like,
or just stopping in for beer.
Or just stopping in for beer. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's good when you have like a head person or like a front person or a head person, whatever you want to say, who can interact with the crowd of any sort and not just like your fans or whatever. So I thought that was fun.
There were 2 moments I remember in particular. One where like somebody close to the stage is like, "You guys fucking rock. You guys are fucking killing it." And he's like, "Come back here. Come back. Say that again in the mic." And like held the mic down. He said it again, like, "You guys fucking rock." That was fun. That was memorable. Made me smile. The other thing, is either before that or a little after. He's like, "You guys having a good time? I am. Honestly, I don't care if you're having a good time. As long as I'm having a good time, I'm gonna play. I'll play your basement. I'll play your grandmother's house. I'll play in a park." And I was like, I like that. Somebody who like, if you aren't enjoying what you're doing, don't do it.
Yeah.
Find what makes you happy and do it. And that's what these guys are doing. They found what made them. All these bands, like, they found what made them happy, and they're just out fucking doing it. Like, who cares about how things turn out? How like what happens? I'm having fun. I'm enjoying life. I'm going to continue doing what I want.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that attitude too of like, you know, and like I said, like a lot of these people maybe didn't come out seeking the live music or seeking out the bands or whatever. And so there was some people who would kind of come in for a little bit and then leave or whatever. And so I think that comment right there of just like, I don't care if you're having a good time, we're having a good time. So,
Yeah.
So it's a good time.
I honestly haven't checked set list to see if their lists are up there yet for this show.
Or if they have one.
I do want to add all of their stuff, all 3 bands to our playlist. I mean,
we could always message them and be like, what songs did you
maybe
play?
I don't know, or just listen to more of it on Spotify. I really enjoyed all of these bands.
Are they on Spotify?
Probably, I would assume so. And they were another one who's recording soon too, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think they're doing an album soon.
Yeah,
or something.
So like new stuff coming out for these guys too.
Yeah.
The Blackcat Manor, and they had their merch set up in the back and were there all night. Awesome guys to see. I enjoyed this set.
Yeah, it was, both these bands were really fun. I did like the headliners a lot, but
The next band.
Yeah, I like the front man of Blackcat Manor. He was fun.
Let's jump into the headliner then. The Feral Cat Ghosts.
Feral Ghosts.
Feral
Feral
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
I mean, all kind of cat themed. You have the Hellcatz, Blackcat Manor, and then the Feral Ghosts. Like all these fitting thematically into the Feral Cat sanctuary.
Yeah.
These guys, you said doom rock.
So on their Facebook, they say that they're death rock.
Death rock. Okay.
So and I read that before, like they went on, and I'm like, interesting. I wonder what this is gonna be like. But it is kind of like doom metal in my mind.
There's definitely, I guess I can see the rock now.
There's the sound.
Some good heavy rock aspects to it.
Yeah.
A lot of doom aspects to it.
Yep.
So I just defaulted to doom metal. But I really enjoyed this band a lot as well.
This was just a 3-piece band.
Yeah.
Bass, guitar, and the bass was the
singer,
lead vocals, guitar, and then drums.
So I really started picking up doom metal late last year with Decibel going there.
Okay.
I'm really enjoying the doom metal of that show a lot. All the acts that were doom metal were like my favorite acts, and a lot of them were 3-piece bands.
You're right. Yeah, at Decibel they were. Yeah.
And same thing here. And a lot of them there also, the bass was the lead as well.
Yeah, I noticed that too. At Decibel, I know there was 2 bands that were 3-piece with the bass as the lead.
And when I saw that again, I was like, oh shit, all right, this is cool, and I'm probably going to really, really dig this and like this. So the Hellcats and the Feral Ghosts both utilized the projector. I don't think Blackcat Manor had any imagery, did they, up there?
No, not that was projected, no.
With the Feral Ghosts, there wasn't much silhouette or blocking of that projector that I remember seeing.
Yeah, but he kind of stood closer to like just the mic because he was singing as well.
Yep.
Where with the Hellcats,
bouncing around
the bassist was moving around and stuff. So I think that might be the difference.
Maybe. But I do remember their imagery where the Hellcats was just their logo up there. The Feral Ghost had a lot more imagery going on.
Yeah, they had like videos that went with every song or went with the songs.
It made me. I spent a lot of time watching.
Me too.
Those
Me
videos,
too. Yeah.
and they fit really well with the music. But then I was like, "Where did you guys make all of this? Is this your like the production value was so good on some of that, and some of it was like old school, just like a clip from like a public domain movie or some shit, right? Like a B movie."
Yeah, and there's somewhere they're like walking down alleys and stuff, and in my mind I'm like, was that filmed in Chicago? That'd be really cool if it was filmed in Chicago. And yeah, like I liked all the image. Like there was one where there was like a vampire girl.
Oh, there was, yeah.
Like that one, I watched almost that whole thing. I don't even know if I looked at the stage at all during that one. I was like, this is really good, like really cool filming, and I'm assuming generally it's probably behind them, maybe.
I mean, maybe depending on where your setup is.
I guess it all depends on your setup, but I liked the video, the imagery or the videos that went with the songs too.
I remember that one. I do remember like just a white screen.
Oh yeah.
And then sort of like
with
this
somebody behind
woman
it,
like pushing up against it and like seeing like just moving, like you have the arms and the fingers and like it.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
It was really cool. I like their music too. Probably out of the 3 bands, out of the music, I liked their music the most. It was more relatable to me, I guess. Or like not relatable, music I would be into more.
I definitely saw this as just like chill out and relax kind of music, even to the point where we went to go see an art exhibit a few years ago now in River North. Like you had a friend's brother's cousin had photos.
Oh, right.
Like
yeah,
some sort
like
of
in the
weird,
basement of a shop, yeah.
There's some sort of art gallery over there.
Yeah.
And we just happened to go see it.
Yeah.
And we just bounced around to a few other art galleries to see what there was. And like that shit's fucking expensive. Like $5,000-$10,000 for a piece of art.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. The reason I bring this up, there was one piece I remember particular doing during that day, just walking around looking at shit, where it was sort of this like either painted on like paint on canvas, or I think it was sort of like carved wood that was then painted, but it was sort of this wavy
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
aspect. And I remember just standing there looking at that
Yeah.
and just being like zoned out instantly. And sometimes the ocean will make me do that, or the water. It's like going out and watching waves come in. Fire pits always make me zone out, and I just watch like the flames go up, and I like everything shuts off to me. And that art piece did the same thing. There was one track in particular, I can't remember, I don't know the song names, I want to go find this, but there's one track toward the middle to end of the set that when they were playing, I zoned out. I did that same feeling, and like as soon as it got over, I remember shaking my head, being like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?" Like just being hypnotized and just like, holy shit! Like only a few things can like make me zone out that hard that way. And the fact that like just this song in the middle of their set made me do it, I was like, "Oh fuck, this is awesome!"
Like you say, zoned out, but in my mind, you get so immersed in it that that's all you can focus on.
Yeah, but I guess also like I'm not thinking of anything. I'm just there. My mind is off. I'm not.
I guess when I think of zoned out, I think of like somebody who's like super high or super. I don't know.
I mean, I guess being super high it helps with that.
Same
like
aspect.
I've done that.
I don't know.
Like on edibles and shit, where it just goes like, "Oh fuck," and I just like sink into the couch.
Yeah,
that's sort of the feeling I had just listening to this song.
Like where you can't think of anything, and you're just like,
I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything, and then like. I was like, holy fuck, I love this.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
We'll have to find that song and listen to it again. And I don't remember having that, unless that's when I like looked at you, and then you like looked at me thinking that I said like I wanted to go or something, and I was
remember,
like, no, it's not over. I'm not ready to go yet.
Yeah, I don't know. We know when we went out, we were talking about like, are we gonna stay for the whole thing, or are we gonna leave? If we had to drive back, and we're like,
so that whole conversation going out there, or like before going. I didn't know what it was going to be like. If it was going to be like a concert, or if it was just going to be like a band playing in the brewery in the background sort of thing. And I was like, well, if it's just a band playing in the brewery in the background, like I probably won't want to stay the whole time.
Sort of like a house band, just like
a house band, yeah.
We played for 20 minutes. We're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
We'll be back in 10.
Yeah. Like if it was something like that, like I would probably not want to maybe stay for a couple sets and then leave sort of thing.
Oh, gotcha.
But this was like, I mean, totally separate. They had a stage. I mean, it was like a concert. It was a concert. So I was fine staying the whole time. So that was where my whole comment of, let's go just check it out. We might not stay until it's over sort of thing. So
we did leave. So after this, again,
after the concert was over, or after the bands were done.
Fucking amazing bands all around. Like I said, I had a blast this entire time. After the final band gets done, they come back up on stage, the leaders of Feed the Beasts, and they are giving out. Well, even before the last band, they came out and did like a.
They did. Thank you.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you for supporting us. Everything helps. Thank you for Soundgrowler and the bands. I think the Hellcatz brought this up, like, hey, thank you, Soundgrowler, for giving us free food and beer all night. Like that may have been their payment. Was
maybe, yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think of that, like, because if it's a fundraiser, I don't know. I don't know if the bands would get paid or not.
But if they didn't, and that's like they're like, fuck it, we want to come out and support this. That's
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Even if they did get paid and came out and whatever deal you made, great for you. Thanks for coming out.
Everybody's got to do their hustle or whatever. So. And
thanks for coming out and supporting. Like they're there to support as well. So but before the last band, they came up and said like a big thank you for coming out and introducing each other and everyone and all that fun stuff. And then at the end, they came back up and did all the raffles for all those raffles we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Again, didn't bring cash to do things. We did, like I said, get the print on card.
Yeah.
And
I wanted to do the raffle, but we already had them run our card once. And then I was like, I don't really want to be that person that's like, here, run our card again. Like, because I know that they have to pay for the transaction fee and stuff. So I was like, we need to just start taking cash with us when we go.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a good foundation we found. So
I want to. I mean,
support them on the Amazon.
We'll be supporting them either through Amazon, or I think that they have a link on their Facebook or something to like do vet, like to pay for vet bills and stuff. Okay. So we'll personally be doing that out of our own income. But we'll link I think it's a Facebook page, but we'll link that below that has their links on like how you can support them.
Yeah. And again, also Soundgrowler was awesome. Great place. Like I said, I'd known of it. Glad we finally got to get out there and check it out. And it's definitely now one of my favorite breweries.
Yeah. We'll have to look at their event list and see if there's something else that we can make it to. But obviously it's something that we have to plan for, where it's like, we can't really have much going on that day to be able to make it out there. Because it is a day thing. So.
Yeah. All in all, though, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I did too. I'm glad that I've stumbled upon their yoga ad, which then took me to this. And I think I even brought it up just as a joke of like, oh, there's like a fundraiser for cats. Like, we like cats. Like, and I didn't really think anything into it.
Yeah. I mean, the last thing I guess I want to say is you said you had a lot of fun, but maybe not as much as I did. I think I had more fun at this event than I did at the last concert.
Oh, really? Oh, see, I like the last concert a lot. So. And
this was show up, help support a fundraiser, have some good beers, listen to some great music, and I don't know. I'm
not saying I didn't have fun. It's just this really made me think more of maybe we need to just check out, like, start following on Facebook or on. I do Instagram. I don't really do Facebook, but start following like local bars or something, and like find more just local shows to go to. Or something.
I mean, all three of these bands are Chicago.
They are Chicago based,
right?
Yeah. So because I think I even said in the car on the way home, like, we've seen Chicago based bands, but they've been tribute bands.
Yep.
And so this was really cool to see Chicago bands that are writing their own music and doing their own thing. And
we talked about this when we've talked about Decibel also, is a lot of the bands at Decibel were Denver-based bands.
Yeah.
And that's very true. We're not really finding the smaller local bands. And I enjoy these shows a lot. So we just need to go out to these smaller venues and smaller things like this. And maybe you're right. Maybe it's just simply follow the bar on Instagram or some shit and see what they post.
To find them. Yeah.
And then once you find the band, follow the band. And see
where they're going to be, So the Feral Ghosts are going to be performing a couple times, I think in April. Maybe not April, maybe coming up.
Somewhere in Chicago.
At the Livewire Lounge coming up. So I don't know. We'll have to check out some of those smaller or those venues to see what bands are coming up and stuff, to see if there's something that we'd be into.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot to check out. We just need to find them and actually do it.
Yeah.
But in any case, this was a great experience. Great, like I said, I've said so many times already. Great music, great venue, great cause. So it was a fun time all around.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think that's it for this Encore edition. Great time. We said it a lot. Great bands, great music, great cause. Phenomenal time. I had so much fun. Go out, find some new stuff, find some new music, listen to live music, just listen to music. Go have fun.
Yep. Bye.